plan. As we were coming up on 1 year of doing the initial episode of this show, the initial one-shot special that we did all the way back in, I think, last February. We decided that it would be a fun time to kind of sit down and take a chit-chat about what our various, how we're enjoying the adventure so far and what we love about the world of Laia. And hopefully we can mine some marketing material out of that.
The story so far.
The story so far. And then for the second half, we are, of course, going to continue on with our adventure. But first things first, we figured we'd moderate a little discussion about the world. Folks, as it has, of course, been 2 weeks since we last streamed, why don't we just go down the line and say our names and our characters, and then I'll start asking questions.
It has been longer for Johnny.
It's been longer for Johnny.
Johnny, where were you? Where'd you go?
I went to Belfast, Glasgow, Edinburgh, London, Berlin, and back to Belfast, and then I overnighted in Dublin.
Holy shit. Super cool. You've been having a fun time while you were not with us.
It's okay. We only streamed once while you were gone.
Yeah, that's true.
And Johnny, what's your name and who's your character?
My name is Johnny, as we just covered several times.
Oh, I didn't hear
My character's name is Luck, and I am a changeling warlock. I'm currently in an orc form, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's to say?
And Luck's pronouns are she, her.
I am Andrew. I haven't gone on a vacation recently, but my character is Shalva, who is a drow bard, and has the most number of fucks on the podcast. So
It's true.
Working on it.
I think you guys are tied, actually. No, you're not.
No, only one,
Only
and
one.
then two.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Yeah.
2 in as many episodes. For Shaw.
Yeah.
I've got a roll.
We're
I'm on a
working
roll.
on
So
Petros. We're working on Petros.
this chit chat episode might get interesting. Is all I'm saying.
wow, wow. I would really try.
Matty, who are you?
Who knows?
All right.
Damn, that's deep, bro.
So I'm Matty. I'm the philosopher of the group. I play Petros, who's a half-orc paladin cleric crossover event. I use they, them pronouns.
And Petros does?
Petros uses he, him, but I use they, them.
There we go. Folks, my name is Ben Hamlin, noted rascal of the group. I play Hugo Charlemagne Augustus Robert Danton de Fontaine, who is a human swashbuckler. Buggler?
Buggler?
Swashbuckler.
I'm being told our volume is extraordinarily quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just resigned to defeat on that one.
Well. Alright, we all just gotta start yelling.
So, tonight on the podcast.
How's that?
Well, we'll find out from the audience.
Well, we can see right there.
Oh, yes, that's much better. That's much more improved. Folks, do keep us updated on that. We're just gonna... It is louder now, yes, says Rob. I trust Rob.
No, it's louder now, yeah.
Yeah. I am being told by a secondhand source, allegedly, that the volume is better. So, folks, let's... Oh, I'm sorry, and then Nikki's here.
Oh. And,
Your dungeon master, Nikki Boylin. Who? I guess, first question.
Okay.
As I'm moderating this Comic-Con panel that we're doing now.
Oh, man, the dream.
Yeah, no, I know it's the dream. So, Nikki, what inspired the world of Laia?
I started playing D&D. Well, my first was Pathfinder. And I started doing that in February of 2018. And I was constantly being told that I should DM a campaign. So I DM'd for a short time, I DM'd a pre-written Pathfinder module. But then I was like, man, there's so many rules and pre-made characters, and this is not what I want to do. So
hold up, you can choose not to use the pre-made characters.
It was my first time though, and I was like, I wasn't very fast at creating characters, and I was still learning. But then I came back, and on the way back from a Speak of the Bard stream that we did in like November or something, whenever we first started streaming Speak of the Bard. Yeah,
that was a particular November in which we were unable to do Speak of the Devil.
Yeah.
I'm near certain that was November.
Yeah. And then Ben and I started talking about the possibility of doing more tabletop. for the company, and we were talking about, okay, well, we're not going to do super cinema so much anymore, so what could we do instead? And we're like, what about a podcast about DMing, about tabletop?
Because you and I specifically had the problem where we stopped giving a shit about comic book movies.
Because we were just getting overwhelmed by so many of them happening.
This was peak Netflix Marvel TV, so there were like 5 different shows a year on Netflix alone about the Defenders.
It was also the year of Captain Marvel and Shazam and Endgame, or Infinity War, and
it was another
Black
fucker
Panther.
every month.
Yeah, so we were done.
And Spider-Man.
Yeah, last year was a ride for superhero content.
This year, no, it was 2018. Yeah.
2018.
The last 2 years have been
Yeah, it's been
ride
it's been
for
crazy.
superhero content.
But then I was like,
So
okay,
we just
well,
stopped caring.
but Ben, what if I DM'd my own 5e campaign? He was like, fuck it, go for it. And
Classic
that's how
Ben
Laia
style.
was born.
It's
Yeah.
greenlit. Go.
But also then I was like, well, you know what we need? We need more monster fucking in this world.
I did not say that was not
No,
the
I
meeting.
said
I
that.
said that.
Anyway, it's what the crowd wanted.
Yeah, speak of the devil, weirdly chaste, Johnny. not nearly enough fucking.
I'm not a player in that campaign, so like,
Can you promise in the next edition? Can you promise more fuckery?
that's up to the players.
Oh, that's very true.
So
NPCs can fuck.
I wanted to.
NPCs can fuck.
I would just like to say I gave you a strip club.
That's
True.
true. Oh, you're right. A couple episodes were pretty horny. I'm sorry.
The amount of horniness was completely up to the players. So, like, I tried.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
Attempts were made.
You have to have horny players to have a horny
Nikki
campaign.
hasn't even given us a strip club, and we've already fucked a bunch.
I don't want to go to a strip club.
I want Petros to go to a strip.
I don't want to.
So, Luck drags Petros to a strip club.
A new quest appears in our log.
Suddenly a notification.
Map marker and everything.
Luck does not tell Petros that it's a strip club. Luck just brings Petros to a strip club.
It's labeled bar and grill.
Barn, and then you realize that you just misread it and it says Barn Girls.
Aha!
Just one of those signs that says live entertainment but doesn't specify.
There it is.
Anyway.
And so, but then
Live
I was
nude
starting.
grills.
I was starting to learn the lore of 5e better, and I was like, no, fuck that, and made my own. And that's how Laia
Folks,
was born.
you heard it here first. Fuck that. So for each of the 3 of you, whoever wants to go first, what brought about the inspirations for your characters? Why an orc, Maddie?
We had some fun.
I-
We had some fun chats, didn't we, Maddie?
We did. I'm trying to remember. This was a year ago, and therefore in Maddie time, it was about 100 years ago.
We've been streaming the show for a month now, so
Which in Maddie time is like a year, so that the math works out. I think for me, I think the original point is I was just kind of like goofing around, and I was like, what classes have I not played yet? I never played a paladin. I think originally I was actually looking at a ranger, possibly, or I was looking at a warlock. I had a couple of ideas. But the thing is, I was interested in playing something lawful because I usually played neutral or chaotic characters, and I wanted to goof around with the idea of somebody who was like who had found something and it had come around, and they were like they became like focused on being a hunter of evil due to like traumatic event. The original edit of Petros was like way more hardcore and like way more like
the director's cut.
A Witcher.
yeah, a little bit, except for like way meaner. He was like he was a little too hardline. I was like, this is not fun. I don't think this would be a fun character to play or to play with. Yeah, it was pretty grimdark, if I'm being honest. It was a little Judge Doom, but like not in a fun way. And so I just kind of edited from there. I was like, I never played a half-orc, but I really like some of the stuff that they do, and just kind of, it all just kind of fell naturally from there once I had the idea of like the Godless Abyss and like having fallen in there, and when you engage with something, when something like that happens to you, what kind of person do you become?
And how do you walk the line between paladin and cop?
There's a line?
all paladins.
So Andrew, how did you invent your character? What's the
I thought the Venn diagram of paladin and cop was
a circle.
just a circle.
That's a slightly lumpy circle.
If I could be serious for a second, actually, I've had to work very hard to figure out how do you be lawful neutral without ending up being a stick in the mud or a cock.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a
that
very
was a
difficult
sincere question.
Yeah, it's a very difficult line for me, and it's something that I always kind of work with. And that's part of the reason he's ended up being much more compassionate than I kind of originally built. He originally was supposed to be like very shut off and very cold, and he's ended up being a lot more like open than I originally intended. And the law is still important to him because for him the law means if we do not have the laws of I want to say man, but that's not really what I mean because that's not the laws of
Fantasyland.
Mortals.
society built in place. That is the only thing keeping us from falling into the abyss, basically, be it the godless abyss or a metaphorical abyss. But that doesn't mean you can't still have compassion and understanding while holding to that line.
Yeah, one of the hardest things, especially with lawful characters, is that you tend to headbutt with the rest of the party a lot because a lot of us are neutral or chaotic people
Let's
in general.
steal a boat.
So
No!
I do not know what you're
you
talking
have to... Yeah, and that can sour relationships if you're not comfortable with everyone in the group.
I
But
don't know what you're talking about. I'm a lawful character.
You are also
You're
lawful,
not
yes.
really lawful, though.
I am. I am doing
Yes.
exactly what the Osirian government wants me to do.
I mean,
Yes.
It's true, he is. The
Yes.
Assyrian government is just a bunch of dicks.
Yeah. You have a law that you follow, but it is a different law than what I am following.
I think this is outside of this conversation we're having, but I don't really see that as lawful.
No,
Why
it's
not?
morally repugnant.
Right.
Comma, but it is
The
the
law
law.
isn't
Yes.
always
Well,
moral.
no, what I'm saying
It
is
is
that
a
like
strict code.
Yeah, but lawful is like you're following the like world's
No.
laws.
No, hard disagree.
Uh,
Because lawful good does not follow... That is what lawful neutral is. Lawful neutral is Javert. Lawful good is someone who follows their own strict moral
Nah.
code that does not
I am the law,
align-
and the law is not mocked.
Then what's the difference between lawful good and lawful neutral, then?
it is whether or not you're trying to do good. Not a lawful neutral person is like everything has to have order, everything has to be organized. It doesn't matter if it's good. It could be horrible. It could be a horrifying thing you're doing. As long as it's orderly, that's chill. Like, that's lawful neutral.
Yeah. And I'm lawful evil because I robbed tombs.
Right, but
Grave robber.
For the government.
Yeah, for the government.
For the
But
government.
you have a code that you
My name is
follow.
Kent
You have
Mansley, I work
you
for
have
the
a
government.
set of rules that you line up with,
Yeah.
and those rules are the rules of your government, and we find them repugnant and awful. But those are you follow those laws to the letter.
Yeah, I should probably talk about the origins of Hugo Chalaminecas' Robert Anton de Fontaine.
Yeah, I mean, before we move on, like
sorry, I got
a little
repeated
world
there,
building,
but-
if you think about
me too. It's okay.
if you think about the law, I mean, the laws of the Amethyst Kingdom are much different than the laws of Elsur.
Yeah, but when I view lawful as in alignment, I don't think people's laws are really what define that.
Well, I think it's all relative.
Because everyone
Depends
views
on the
themselves as
character.
the good guy, right?
I mean,
Not
that's kind
everyone's
of like
the good guy.
Everyone views themselves as right. I think.
Yeah,
whether or
not
that's,
necessarily
like,
good, because there are people who are like, yeah, I'm a bad person, but I'm doing the right thing.
But I'm
Like,
doing
people
the
are
right
gonna
thing.
see me as a bad person, but I'm doing what I think is right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the origin of lawful evil is like.
Other people are suffering because of me, but I'm doing what's right in the long run.
right.
Yeah, like I'm justifying this egregious thing that I'm doing with laws.
Right. Wrong.
For-
wrong
I'm stealing
things for the
artifacts
right
from people's
reasons.
cultures that should be given back to them, but it's what the government's telling me to do, so clearly it's the right thing.
For example, Hugo believes, among other things, that he is helping to make great discoveries. He is enhancing the culture of his native Elsur. Ria?
Elsur.
Elsur, just Elsur.
Love Elseria.
He thinks he is an Indiana Jones, who that movie has led us to believe is the good guy in those movies. He's kind of the good guy. The stipulation is like the line "It belongs in a museum" should be followed up with "of the country of its origin," and not whisked away into the Smithsonian. But like, yeah, the purpose of Hugo Chalaminecas' Robert Anton de Fontaine was to bring about that exact conversation about, I guess very specifically the one about like whether or not grave robbing was cool, or about like repatriation of like artifacts and stuff, but also like the kind of the idea that going into Dungeons and Dragons, you are like, oh, that's fair. Going into Dungeons and Dragons, you like the goal for, or at least in like earlier versions of the game before it got super morally complex like we all play it now, was to kill monsters, get gold. And like the purpose of the character was to bring about the idea that like, I mean, the game is based around tomb robbing, largely. Mm-hmm. Some of these dungeons are just dungeons, but like, if you ever, as we did as our first major dungeon, we went into like the temple of a mummy lord or whatever. We all grabbed a little gold from that coffer.
I definitely did.
Yeah, we all definitely left that place a little richer than we went into it.
You think about it. I mean, the first one you went into was the Yuan Ti temple. So
first full adventure.
Yeah.
The first one. I mean the one in the abyss or near the abyss.
Yeah, the one in the desert.
Yeah, the one in the desert.
I came out of it emotionally richer as I have a son now.
That's true, you do.
I can't believe you grave robbed a son.
I think I also got a potion, but I don't remember. I don't think I actually.
Potion of fire breathing.
I got an agate and a puppy.
Right. Yeah, I didn't come out of that with any money,
but the
so it's okay.
Money.
So I didn't grave rob.
But the purpose of that character, the character that I still play, is to like bring about like conversations about like technically what he does is lawful evil, but it's also like what everyone else does in D&D. So is it really evil? And the answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes, it's
is
still
it
bad.
really? Yeah.
So it's a combination of bringing about those philosophical questions, and also I want to specifically play the evil French archaeologist from Indiana Jones.
But who does the
and
Indiana
specifically
Jones thing
answer
rather
them
than selling them.
Yeah.
You asked the question and then you answered it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is evil.
Yeah.
Wait, shit, what's that dude's name? Thara? Or no.
No.
Nazi.
He is, but that's not the point. I mean, it is the point. It's
Is the one from the third one?
Google.
No, from the first
one.
movie. He's like, fuck you!
Oh, yeah, the guy who's, like, super weird.
That's his defining character trait. Not
I just remember
weird.
being creeped out by him because of, like...
Yeah, he's gross.
Yeah.
It was in my head like 5 minutes ago.
So he's French.
But yeah, the guy who like steals the idol with the help of the indigenous population. Belloc, that's right. And then he's like, sucks to be you, Indiana Jones. And then
why does it have to be snakes?
And then Indiana Jones like grabs it and starts running, and he's just like, fuck Indiana Jones. I wanted to play that character.
I'm pretty sure that guy isn't exactly a bad guy in that Nathan Drake video game, Uncharted.
Yeah, exactly.
In all of them.
So I wanted to play a combination of Belloc and Moon Knight.
I was wondering if you were going to mention Moon Knight.
I was super going to mention Moon Knight. I love Moon Knight so much. Moon Knight is an archaeologist that like trips, he just falls and he can't get up in a Egyptian tomb, and then one of the Egyptian gods is like, cool, I found a champion. He's like, I'm not your champion. He's like, but here you are in my tomb. So, and that's why Hugo starts the game cursed by grabbing a rock he shouldn't have.
Oops.
Literally the catalyst for the whole campaign.
Just like Moon Knight. But also, Hugo is like if Belloc survived the Ark of the Covenant scene and got his face melted off. But it's just his weird fucking Michael Jackson hand.
My lefty Lucy.
My lefty Lucy. And the character just got worse from there. So there's a philosophical discussion behind Hugo, but also... and maybe that's the whole point, is just to
Ho-hon in the distance.
Andrew or Johnny, would either of you like to go next? Those are the only two options.
I'll go. So the whole idea behind Shalva is that when I was making her, because I've played and made as many characters as I have, I lost interest in like dealing damage. So I really got more interested in...
Instead, you got interested in burning your comrade's armor.
Yeah. Instead, I got more interested in a lot more in the support side. So it was like, all right, what is the most support character you can do? It would be like, having no damaging spells. It would be just doing that kind of stuff. And I ended up settling on a College of the Lore bard because of the things that they can do. And my original goal was actually to have no damaging spells, but then we started struggling in combat, and it was like, okay, I need to do some damage, apparently. But at the same time, the other half of it was I'm really into taking like classes and races and like flipping it on its head, I guess. Where like I'm a bard, sure, but I don't play an instrument. I have no interest in performing. That's not what I do. And the way that I got my abilities is not a normal bardic way of doing so.
It's almost like a warlock.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of my idea. Whereas, like, instead of, I'm magical and I play an instrument, it's like, no, I don't, actually. And then, with the whole, once you sent us the world document with the Godless Abyss and everything, I really latched on to the Drow, who were, like, on the edge between, like, the monsters and, not humanity, but mortals, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And so I kind of latched onto that, and I was like, okay, well, what would someone in that situation be like, you know? So that was pretty much where she came from. And then it was a matter of finding, okay, so who gave her powers? How did she get them? What happened before that? All that information. And the other thing is, talking about flipping the class on its head, when I originally started, I was like, okay, bards are notorious for fucking everything. And I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, good job.
It's the curse of the class.
Really just stuck the landing on that one.
And then I got to Port Nazoto, and I did that.
Oh, what stays in Port Nazoto, huh?
What happens in Port Nazoto stays in Port Nazoto.
Except it doesn't because he's sailing off now.
So yeah, that's pretty much where Shalva came from, my whole thought process behind her.
Johnny, I definitely want to hear about your character origin, because your character wasn't your character for most of the game.
So,
you know what I mean?
Luck, who started out as the elf Mural Valtris, a lot of the idea that went into why I wanted to play a changeling, and specifically this changeling, and a lot of the decisions that were made, is it's kind of exploring the narrative of, like, being a closeted trans person. And so, like, that's why Luck was pretending to be a dude. And Luck was pretending to be not only a dude, but an elf dude, about whose culture she knew nothing. And so, like, a lot of what me and Nikki talked about beforehand was, like, the slapstick comedy of, like, you approach an elven ruin, and everyone's like, oh, cool, we have an elf with us.
I don't know how to speak
Hey,
English.
Mural Valtris, what does this say? And Mural's just like, yes, of course. My language.
That I
it
definitely
says,
speak.
go around.
A little bit.
I think that we should just go around.
Or like, you know that scene in Night at the Museum 2 where they have the bust of Teddy Roosevelt reading the hieroglyphs, and he's like, yes, this says... fish, read, and he he's reading the symbols.
Yeah, kind of exactly that. And so that was one major aspect of, like, why I picked Changeling, and specifically starting out as a character so diametrically not what the actual character was. And then the other fun part is her patron, who is homebrewed, Lady Luck. And I just really enjoyed the idea of having, like, the summoned weapon.
We've had some fun times with that.
And having it just not work. I'm gonna summon this weapon, and then that is an umbrella.
And it's bright pink.
Eldritch Blast.
Full Hagrid mode.
And yeah, just not having anything work for them. I tend to meta game a little bit, and I when I make builds, it's for, like, doing this the best that it's possible. And so I really like sabotaging myself during that process so that it's fun to play as. And I still get to do, like, the brain crunches involved with, like, crunching the numbers. And so Luck is a combination of all of those things. I gave myself all of these advantages and really built to those strengths, and then just gave myself some, like, really crippling disadvantages.
Before we move on to another round of questions, we of course have a chat. If any of you have questions for any of our players and or our dungeon master, feel free to drop them in there. If we have time, we'll get to them. Or if we have any, we'll get to them.
This is your chance to get some primo knowledge that you may not already know about the world.
I will say one thing is that Maddie and I in the past have been called out for preening on camera. And I just want to say it's because we're vain and we're pretty. Get over it.
Bird instinct.
Bird instinct. Nikki, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We were initially supposed to be a party of 4 that has changed several times throughout the campaign over the course of the last month. Year. So I just would like to ask you, why is Shivala here?
Because of you guys.
Because we adopted them.
And I mean that in the
That's like asking why Blinks or the dragon are here.
Yeah.
Like, we adopted them.
No, I mean, yeah, but like sincerely, like obviously you created that. It sounds like it's just a one-off NPC, and then a little bit fell in love with them.
Yeah.
Piper, I feel like this is the setup to a joke. Go ahead, ask your question. Yeah, so it sounds like you fell in love with an NPC, and what's up with that, yo?
So in the very first trial run, the first session, our pilot, they were in the prison, and I mentioned a hooded figure in one of the cells. Not intending, it was for flavor, just to describe the area that you were in. But then you started talking to the figure, and then afterwards, and so I guess you got attached to them somehow. And then you were like, hey, want to come with us?
You can't put a hooded figure there and not expect us to go talk to this person.
Yeah, I know, but then I was like,
the Sith.
you're gonna, okay, it's a drow. And I was like, okay, here's my secret. They didn't have a name. So I went.
This was not an attempt to publicly shame you. I want to be clear.
No, I know. I'm publicly shaming myself.
That being said, Lamau.
Yeah, I'm lamowing. And I'll talk about the orc lesbians in a bit. There is one. Gay runs in the family.
Sorry, I should face the camera when I do that.
So, I wasn't thinking that I wasn't planning on making a GM NPC. And, but then you guys just wouldn't let them go. And so I had multiple times during the next few episodes where I was gonna try to make them leave. Except that then...
No, I didn't pick up on any of those.
Except that then... both Andrew and I think Matty made a comment that if anything happened to Shivala, they wanted to quit. And I was like, okay, well, nothing can happen now, so I'm just going to try to kill them at every chance that I get.
I remember...
Hold on.
Hold up, wait. You've been actively trying to kill Shivala?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when we were on the edge of the river and we were fighting that... Oh, okay, well, I guess you just closed that now. So.
Yeah, sorry.
Where you were
Go
fighting
ahead and talk to me.
No, well, I meant to talk to Nikki, but can you open that back up?
Yeah, I opened the partition.
Okay, thank you. When we were on like the edge of the river in the Godless Abyss, and we fought that person that seemed to know Shivala, I really got the sense right there that you were trying to kill Shivala right there. And we were like,
you got that feel. Yeah, you guys got so mad. I was like, okay. Part of me is glad that you guys latched on to that NPC so much, because they're definitely kind of a self-insert for me. But also, fun fact about Shivala, I originally started using they/them pronouns for them because I hadn't decided if they had a gender yet. And also I was like, I'll keep it a mystery as long as possible because they're cloaked and you can't see anything except that they have really long ears. All the better to hear your bullshit with. But then you guys started using they/them pronouns for them, and I was like, okay, they're non-binary now. And that, friends, is how I came out as non-binary. About the orc lesbians.
Please clap.
I did. It was just very quiet.
But then Shivala stayed around, and I kind of had them in the background for most of the time, gave them mostly support spells, and but then I also got attached to them because I built their backstory around the world lore that you guys would eventually learn more and more about, which kind of happened more in the last few episodes when you guys did more research in the library. So, now they can't leave.
I mean, if they need to, that's fine, and I'll respect them.
no.
But you will cry.
I'll be sad.
So I actually had a secondary NPC character or NPC character question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of the same deal for Korea.
Yeah. Korea was also originally supposed to be a one-off NPC who would go with you to fight Burzum because of her relationship to Burzum and Helm. Except,
Also, fuck Burzum.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
The band and the
he's the only
NPC.
he's the only character that I've created for this campaign who is truly irredeemably evil.
I feel a little let down by these.
Like truly irredeemably, like not even lawful, like just all around a bad person. And
The bad beach.
I have a hard time making villains that are just evil, that are just bad for no reason. I tend to get really attached to them and then make them really complicated backstories. But Korea was only supposed to accompany you to beat him and then go back. But then I decided, I was like, wait, actually, this backstory, if I build it the right way, I wonder if Matty will be mad if I give them a sibling.
Why would I be mad?
And then because at first when you met her, you were like, I don't like her. She's bad. I don't like her. And I was like, damn it, maybe I shouldn't do that. But then eventually you sent me that message over Discord that was like, Corey is my sibling now and I'm going to protect her forever. And I was like, yes. Plan Korea is Petros' sibling is a go.
One more question for you, Nikki, and then I promise I'll go back to other people. At the very start of this game, you kind of premised it on the idea that we all had a secret.
Yes.
Have all of those secrets been revealed? Because I know mine has.
What's your
What's
secret?
your secret?
My secret was that I was going to be cursed as shit, and that came out in the second episode.
I think the only one who hasn't...
I thought my deal was going to be like, I will get cursed, and then, oh no, I'll have to like hide it like a zombie bite from everyone else. Like,
You need a new secret, bro.
Yeah, no one will know I'm infected or whatever.
And then
But then my hand just glowed, and every time I attacked, I took damage. And I'm like, well, it's not really a secret anymore, is it?
You can come up with a new one.
Johnny had a cool and creative reveal. My hand just started glowing, and I'm like, bummer.
I loved my reveal. The lead up to it was so tense. And it was such like a fun release point of like me and Shalva just like constantly at each other's throats. And then there's just this break point and immediately there was hugs.
It's beautiful. That was one of my favorite episodes.
We got a lot of comments after that from people who are trans saying that they identified strongly with that situation. And
Hey, it's almost as though that was what that was designed to do.
So I personally, I felt really good about that one. I will say that there, I think, is one secret that still has to be revealed.
Is it mine? Because I don't know what my secret is.
We met your mom, secret over.
No,
I think it's Shalva's.
People know, I mean, it hasn't really been, I mean, it's been said. Yours was about your experience in the Godless Abyss.
Oh yeah, I just said that pretty early on.
And how it was affecting your magic, which came out last time with the fiendish
Oh, okay.
deer.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so I'm Bruce Wayne.
There is still a secret that has yet to be revealed.
Okay, well, I will not press you on that further for obvious reasons. But whose is it?
Yeah,
I wonder.
There's one character
There's
left.
one person who doesn't have their secret revealed. Yeah.
Also, yes, Piper, Korea is the orc lesbian.
So, are you Bruce Wayne? What's happening here?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's like that Vine. He's like, hey,
Maybe
Batman.
you'll find out.
Shit, I thought you said Bruce Wayne.
so
Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
what's the holy musical Batman joke? Hi, I'm Bruce Wayne. Fuck, I'm Batman.
I'm
I'm Bat Bruce. Fuck, I mean I'm Batman.
Shalva has been dressing up every night as a bat and terrorizing Port Nasoto.
Man Bat.
Man, bat.
Quite literally, wow, she's getting busy.
It's just a cover.
So I guess you know what? Another question, kind of panel style. What has been since we're talking about secrets? What has been like the most interesting thing about your character or your relationship to other characters that has developed after we've started? Because I know there was a lot in the planning stage. I'm going to say that for me, my stupid young adult novel series, which I have to improvise bullshit every single goddamn time, is the worst thing I've ever made.
I think it's
Squidlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Please say his name correctly. Squidlock Hermes is the worst thing I've ever
There's
heard.
been a murder.
There's been a murder. God, just a monstrosity of fiction. No, I sincerely, I like Hugo and Petros' friendship.
Yeah,
which
that
is
Every day with you is
Lawful
a new
voice.
challenge.
Never did.
and I actually do like that he is a accomplished novelist in his homeland, and that means occasionally I have to make up passages of prose on the fly, which is the fastest I've ever written anything.
Can we
it's
say what our
live.
favorite things for other characters are?
Yeah, why not?
Because my favorite thing for your characters are diary entries.
My dearest, most sensual diary. Today,
Hugo keeps the diary.
Today, Shalva called me family.
this has only been a recent problem. I don't think I did this at the beginning of the show, but I am switching between Spanish and French
No, it was only last episode.
at
Yeah.
a rapid rate.
So one time we played Weave during the Infinity Break retreat,
You've been
and
cursed.
one of the traits that Ben got was can't keep an accent.
"Quote unquote" inconsistent accent.
And to the man's credit, he's never dropped it.
I don't know what I'm talking about, lad. So, one last hello for the chat. Hello. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can also share tidbits from other people's characters that you appreciate.
So I think my favorite thing is that I finally get a character that, like, an Andrew character that I get along with.
Oh.
After so many rivalries, and I was afraid that Luck and Shalva were going to end up like that. And
Well, it
then,
definitely was in the beginning.
Yeah,
like
no.
the moment Luck
Shalva was
came
like that
out,
with
like we just
everyone.
like became best friends, and it was like this bonding moment.
Well,
and I'm
that-
just,
And then it did go south, but then you did squash that beef.
yeah.
Well, but part of that is that even though, like, we didn't talk about our characters together or anything,
Yeah.
but we ended up making kind of similar characters in that both loners, both people that, like, disguise themselves when they go into cities, stuff like that. And that wasn't, like, planned or anything.
No, that was totally unplanned and was just a really great turnaround, and I very much enjoyed it. I mean, I of course love Blinks like a child, but as for like character relationships, Luck coming out and the like ensuing relationship development with Shalva has been my favorite part of this game, like far and away.
Yeah, that was... I didn't really have... I usually, when I go into, like, playing in a campaign, I have, like, a vague personality idea, and then it just kind of evolves as I start playing and with character more. And I never expected her to be as confrontational as she is, but it happened.
my ass!
So, like, wanting to know everybody's secrets and, like, all of that information. But I've really enjoyed, like, all the relationship stuff that we have, or friendship stuff that we have gone through.
We all
We all
friends?
friends?
I mean, as evident by the number of things we've adopted, that's the strong suit of Laia, I think, is
I do-
our interpersonal stuff.
Yeah. Once we're done with this panel section, I do have an additional question about that.
Why did you glare at me? What did
I'm
I
so
do?
excited for whatever this question is.
Your question, for which you'll answer after Maddie.
Your
answers
crimes,
it.
which you will answer for.
What's with all the babies?
There's
but
only been two.
there's been more.
We've adopted so many things.
4, I think,
People.
at this point.
Yeah, we've got Shavala,
Yeah, Shavala's baby.
we've got Blinks,
Shavala's
we've got a
like
dragon,
And we have Corda.
we've got a lesbian orc, and now we potentially have a lesbian orc mom somewhere in the
No.
mix.
No.
No.
Petros is always, you
Distinctly
can't fuck my
not.
mom. Don't fuck my mom.
You can't change my goals. Like, I don't know why you think that you can.
Anyway.
And Maddie, yeah, what's a fun addition for your character that's happened after the fact, or about someone else's character?
You know, I think that the point that, like, our interpersonal relationships as a group have been... I really did not go into this expecting that we were going to build and have such, like... Let me try that sentence again. Build such, like, interesting, complex relationships and have such, like, interesting, complicated conversations, like, so early. Like, those tend to come, like, later on down the line. You get a lot of personal growth and then those... But we've had, like, conversations about, like, religion. We had that, like, it wasn't an argument that Petros and Shalva had you were pushing, like, we have to know this secret.
Yeah.
And Petros was like, no. That was an interesting character for a moment for me, actually, that he was like, I respect nothing more than, like, you need to go through your personal stuff on your own sometimes, and that is more important than me needing to know your business. Mm-hmm. Was not expecting that that was gonna be a hard line for him. But that was like a great character moment that we had not super late in the game.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's just that we've had a really good kind of rapport that we've started to build. There've been a lot of great conversations that really took me by surprise.
I think that's an artifact of like D&D as a whole, where like in world it's been like, you know, a month maybe, something like that, but in real life it's been like a year almost. It's been almost a full month.
It is also
maybe that's part of the confusion.
So you kind of develop that faster because in real life you're thinking about it all the time. Mm-hmm. And it feels like it's been longer, but in universe it's only been like a month or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nikki, what's with all them babies?
I told you all when this started that there was gonna be babies.
All right, question for the panel.
There's a reason I bought them the baby bestiary.
I roll to appreciate blinks.
To be fair, did we need to adopt that dragon?
18.
No. Did I see a dragon in pain and in terror that was baby? And did I think to myself, that's my baby now? Yes.
Yes.
I would say
I felt like that one was very much an optional baby.
That was. I was originally, you were supposed to fight it, and then if it injured you, you were going to get mummy rot.
I could tell, but I thought to myself, no, this one's mine now.
However, I always, so it's my thing as a DM to give multiple options for conflict. This could be fighting, it could be talking, it could be using your intimidation or charisma, other charisma stats. It could be recognizing that a creature is fighting out of pain and finding its problem and fixing that could be the solution to getting around something non-violently. So, you guys did great with that, and now you have a baby.
Dads. You couldn't see that handshake, but it happened.
Out in a cliff somewhere, or a cave.
Yeah.
So a question for the entire table. Although one at a time, what's a plot line or element or a character that you would like to see more of in the future? Because I know that Ben would like to see more of Hugo and Petros' co-parenting over their dragon son.
I will say our relationship is, obviously we are good friends, but like Hugo and Petros' relationship is one that I really thought that we were going to butt heads a lot because your version of the law and my version of the law are so different.
No, I would just say that.
Yes, I'm interested to see that too.
I'm sorry, I just remembered the if you were a grave, I'd rob you joke. Which is the worst thing I've ever said in life.
That.
No,
also that shopkeeper who was like,
"Oh,
"Oh, you are married," and I was like, "No,
absolutely fucking not."
He's not my type.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, Matt. You were saying.
I think I have some things that I am interested in, like selfishly, that have not come up in game and may never come up in game, and I can't really talk about them.
All right, fair enough.
Why?
Andrew?
Because I want to keep them secret.
Honestly, the thing I'm most excited about at the moment is finding out more about Shavala's backstory.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
That's what I want to see more of, but it's hard to navigate to bringing that up sometimes. Partly because of my character and just what's going on.
I'm about to make that real easy for you.
Hey, do you guys want to hear about my backstory?
Let me tell you about my trauma.
This is literally that meme that's like, do you ever feel sad sometimes? No. Yeah. I do. We know.
We know Hugo.
Wow.
You guys want to talk about...
Hugo's not sad.
Hey, Shavala.
Yeah.
Shavala, do you ever want to talk about your emotions?
No.
No. I do.
We know Hugo.
I'm sad. We know Hugo.
But especially, like, in character, for Shalva, it's very interesting that Shavala was, over 300 years old and was around when originally the continents split. So, yeah, I want to know more about that.
Johnny, how about you?
So that plays into a conversation Nikki and I just had.
Ooh, no.
Which is that I've kind of been feeling like I don't know where to go with Luck. Like the big reveal happened, and now I just don't know what to do. And I have harnessed that into Luck being very young comparatively to, I think, everyone else in the party, even the human.
How old is Luck?
I think Luck's like 23.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Hugo's like 30.
Luck
Yeah,
is
yeah.
baby.
I'm
Yeah,
120.
so Luck is baby.
35.
Hey, if you were Grave.
Muriel was a much older person.
Right.
I mean, Muriel was supposed to be like 100 years old, which is really young for an elf.
Yeah.
But it's the relative age that she is, which is like 23. And so, like, what we landed on and what I'm really excited to explore going forward is this petulant child that's trying to figure out who they are.
Sure, I'm into that.
And especially, I just finished watching Sex Education on Netflix, which is also about petulant children discovering who they are.
Today's episode of the show brought to you by...
And so, like, that's what I'm excited about going in today is, like, now I have something to do with her that's, like, a concrete direction, where before I was just lost, and now lost is literally the concrete direction.
I will add additionally that I would like to explore more of the consequences of Hugo's shitty colonialism.
Yay!
Because everyone in this party thinks he's a dickhead, and that's the goal. But also, maybe the world should think he's a dickhead too. Nikki, same question for you. Of course, this is a little bit rigged as you are the person that facilitates most of that plot. But what is something you would like to see come back? You can feel free to... What's happening tonight?
What have we fucked up on that you would like us to go back and explore?
Whose lives did we destroy that you want us to see the aftermath of?
What one point of non-fixed time should we take the TARDIS back to?
What romance plots did we miss?
Should we fuck Helm?
We've already
Can't
gone over
we fuck
this,
them?
children. We've already gone over this.
Should we fuck the Oracle?
Can we fuck the Oracle?
Well,
No.
I mean, you could, but she's kind of hung up on other
Yeah,
things.
she is. Oh.
Aren't we all?
Other things that might stop her from being in another relationship, which is actually something that I didn't get a lot of time because you guys were just passing through and she was there to help you.
Just sprinting through town, right? Here we go.
And then
Where's the quest
some
marker?
of you decided to get drunk and let the llamas loose and face the god
But
llama.
what a great
yeah.
side quest that was.
Face the god llama.
That is something that I would like to see come up again. Is I really
You
hope
meet the
bring
god
that
llama.
llama comes back.
You just, like, the final boss is, like, you guys reach this temple and, like, at the
There's the
very
llama.
end, it's just the llama.
Or like tonight, I'm like walking on the ship by myself in the dark, and
You
the
just
llama's
see-
just there.
Just a shadow across, like, the Storm Lord is the llama.
A lightning strike, and there's a llama
It's just
there.
in a silhouette against the... No, so that's something that, I mean, to share more about her, because there's, like, obviously some of these characters are old and have had, you know, experiences prior to when the party comes along. But also, and I posted this, if you're a Patreon donor, then you possibly could have seen this, but on her character sheet talking about the process of becoming the Oracle. Like, she wasn't always the Oracle, she used to have a different name, but she no longer remembers that life beforehand. So
Available at which tier, by the way?
so this one's available at the $1 tier. In the future, the NPC sheets, backstories, and art will be for the $5 tier. That was just kind of a teaser because everyone liked the Oracle so much.
It's true. People be horny for the Oracle.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/.
Fan art
joke.
before they debuted.
That's
Yeah,
true, we
God,
did.
they sure did. From like 2 different artists. Patreon.com/Infinity Break.
And then
you were saying?
also we have been through all non-human settlements at this point. And I am excited for us to get to a majority human settlement where you can explore how the varied ways in which the humans of this world see the world and interact with other races.
I hope you are ready for more of me.
And how
Oh, no.
how different someplace like Elsur is compared to someplace like El Norte or the Amethyst Kingdom. So, like, anyone's experience with humans in Elsur would be very different than, say, Petros' experience with humans in the Amethyst Kingdom, where people are very accepting and it's a very open society. and El Norte, which is a very mixed society, and then El Sur, which is a bunch of racists.
Wow, that's really not gonna do a lot to dethrone my deep-seated
That's
human
why you're
racism.
not going there. You're going to El Norte.
Folks, we are coming up about what would be the halfway point if we were doing the normal show, so I think we're going to take a brief break and come back for an actual session of Legends of Laia. If you were looking forward to roleplay and combat, I have great news for you. That's what I just said would be happening.